want to talk about your NFT project, Bucket Club, man. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So back when I started Malbon Golf and I started to turn it into an Instagram, as the mood board, etc., I was obsessed with golf. And like I said, none of my friends played golf. And so I joined Brookside Men's Club, which is like the municipal course over there. And basically you played like a match a week or something, and you had to go play with 3 strangers. And they basically were like the most rude, non-community group of people I could imagine. So they're like not helping you find their balls. They're looking at you like, why are you wearing like a fucking Stussy polo and not a FootJoy polo? And it just wasn't enjoyable. There was no part of like community to it that I enjoyed. And so fast forward, we started Malbon Golf Club and Buckets Club, and they're basically digital country club, if you will. And so we use Discord as our information bulletin board, and we do monthly tournaments on the East Coast and the West Coast, and we do special events at like Coachella and Art Basel and different cultural moments that are going on where you already know there's going to be a lot of great people in, Miami first week of December because it's Art Basel. So why not do a golf tournament there? And so we're doing Miami Shores Golf Club December 1st for Bucket Club, and we get like corporate sponsors that come in like Topgolf and StockX is actually producing that with us. And then there's like, drinks support and food. And we're going to actually start more of like a kind of a merch retail play with these tournaments where we'll go in and develop like pop-ups kind of where you'll just take the whole clubhouse pro shop over and take all of the stuff out and put only our stuff in and stuff we develop purposely for these tournaments and events and branding them. Yeah, but souvenirs, sure. You go to and now with my kids, like I'll do that. I don't do it for myself because I don't really wear those other brands anymore, but I will buy like polos for my kids.
For sure.
Hats and polos and that type of stuff. So like my kid goes to school wearing like a St. Andrew's polo. It's like, let's go.
That's really baller.
That's cool. Yeah.
Very, very baller.
But the NFT group, it's not even like it's not like a collectible piece of art. It's just your token that allows you access into a digital club. So it's country clubs. So you'll be like member 1384 or something, and that's how you get billed, and that's how you can log into the gated website so that you can see, hey, there's a member guest, or there's this, or there's an Easter egg hunt, or whatever the hell. That there has to be a way to prove you're a member, and we're just using the tokens for that reason. But on a business side, like on a dollars and cents, we sold them for 0.3 Ethereum, and now they're trading at like 1.6 or something.
Wow.
Whoa.
So they've traded for a while, and in this really weird economy over the last year or two, the value of these NFTs are going up, and it's not because of the artwork, it's because of the utility and like the perks in real life. So if you're a member, you can play in tournaments. If you're not, you can't play. And then if you own 2 NFTs, you could bring a buddy. And if you own 4, you could bring 3 buddies. So now you have people coming in and buying 4 so they could bring 3 business people with them. So that part of it's pretty cool where you can, if you own a few of the NFTs, and it's Buckets Club on OpenSea is how you would buy one or what have you. But yeah, it's cool. It's interesting. And I think it's like, it's half of the utility is that we play physical golf tournaments that happen all over. And because we can get 100 people or so, we can rent like, out here we do like Hacienda Country Club, which is really good country club. But, it's like 35, 40 grand to rent the course out for the day. And sometimes we pay even up to like 100 grand to rent the course. But there's enough members that'll pay their green fees to be able to go play. And like you guys know, like you're at Lakeside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I hit you up and was like, hey, can I bring my 3 friends with me? You're like, fuck no. right? It's just,
think-
it's tricky. No, but it is tricky. Like
They have rules on.
there's rules
Yeah.
on all of that. Then you'd be like, well, I got to get another member per guest per whatever. So my point is, it's very hard to have the community vibe that you want to have at these private courses because you're lucky to get invited by yourself, let alone I'm going to bring my 3 homies with me. It's like,
Yeah,
it
they
doesn't
want to like
happen.
encourage members playing with members, especially like new members. So I think because I'm in my first like 6 months or whatever it is too, they kind of limit that. And
Totally.
then it's, yeah.
And they're all like that, and they all have their different things, but most of them are closed on Mondays. So with this bucket club, we can rent out the whole course on Monday. And instead of doing a charity golf tournament, we're actually doing a tournament for our members, but we get to move around from different courses. So we just did Bandon Dunes, and we took like 100 people to Bandon Dunes.
It's a great course.
Which was insane. A couple-day trip. We do Torrey Pines twice a year. Where Torrey Pines too, it's very hard to get a few tee times, let alone, I think we had like 40 tee times or something. Yeah, so it's interesting. We're doing Pinehurst and just setting golf destinations and tournaments. So half of the reason people are joining for that, the other half is like a loyalty program for our apparel business where you get a discount, you get limited edition, like those Jordans, going back to the Jordans at Madison Club, like you can skip the line, if you will. And if we'll sell certain products that we know are going to sell out, we'll open it up first for our members. So you don't have to like panic that it's going to sell out. And it stops the bots and the robots that buy all the Jordans to then sell them on secondary markets. So there's a token gated website that we have where you have to hook your MetaMask up with your website, and that way you can then go in and buy the stuff that is way more sought after. So that's been a really cool perk. And then we work with Topgolf. So if you own an NFT for Buckets Club, you get like all types of free play opportunities at Topgolf. So when it's not on peak hours, you can go there and just use Topgolf as like a driving range just to like practice.
That's
so
cool.
There's real life stuff. We're doing tournaments in the Golf Plus on Oculus. So,
Nice.
So Oculus headset, and we're doing golf tournaments, but then in those tournaments, there's prizes from TaylorMade and there's, giving away gift certificates to our site. And so it's again, like, it's still going back to what I was saying where like fish where the fish are. Like I know young people are into NFTs and on Discord. Like there aren't a bunch of old people on Discord,
No,
So it's like
sure.
if we're trying to attract young people, guaranteed there's not a lot of old people involved with that space. So us, and then it's also I'm like I'm like an advertising marketing, like graffiti artist minded person where like that logo is the logo that's the artwork of the NFT. So now you have like cool golf balls trading on OpenSea and all over Discord and people using them as their images and their Instagram handles. And, it's just like pushing the envelope. And I think that there is a huge like space there where people are going to do it more and more and more. Like think about like counterfeit Rolexes. So if you owned an NFT that came with your watch, there's no way you could ever buy a counterfeit.
Right. And I like the cyber security aspect too of like, having the secure website. I mean, I didn't know they were doing that. That's a cool feature.
Yeah, we're one of the only people doing it. And we're trying to kind of lead the way. So like for brands that are doing it, it's actually like the value of the NFT is steadily going up because we're pouring more like perks and such. So like, people are all freaked out by NFTs and there's all these scammers and then the economy and like people were buying like, $100,000 NFTs that are now worth $3,000. And it's like, I watched all that happen while ours were going up in price, while every other collectible one, if you will, like just fucking tanked, and that's like over the last year that's happened. And again, ours are hanging in there and going up in value because you actually get a lot of shit in the real world.
Right.
It's not just like a JPEG. It's a JPEG that's barcoded. And if it wasn't barcoded, you want to be able to get all the perks.
Yeah, there was a lot of early conversations I heard about NFTs coming on. Is yeah, there was the wave of the art and the NFT itself, and those being collectible and everything. But because there was nothing attached to it, everyone was saying the phase 2 essentially, which is having some kind of fungible item, whatever it may be, or tangible item. That's what's going to make the difference. That's going to you're adding value for that membership, and even more than what I knew. Yeah, so that's
yeah, I think it's like NFT, like if you're gonna buy NFTs or something, it's like the 3 points of like what matters. It's like, who are the founders, who are their friends, and what do I get in the real world?
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.
Thanks for tuning in to Studio 22.